immersion and new content that we have to develop, which is very interesting because we're dealing with the immersion as well, maybe a bit more on the hardware side, and we'll talk a bit about that today. Maybe just a short introduction of ourselves. I'm here with my colleague Michael today. He's sitting over there. Hi, Michael. From our background, we're both industrial designers, and we usually work at a company called Hive. We're based here in Munich. We do innovative products, and we work for several clients. So we come up with new projects, come up with new products, doing research, doing idea management, and especially industrial design and engineering and development. So this is basically where our heart is. Michael and me, as designers, love to create new things. So we work for our customers, of course, but sometimes we take our spare time to come up with our own thoughts and push our own internal projects. And Icaros is one of them that we started actually in the year 2011 when we were facing a problem that maybe some of you know. It was a pretty sunny, perfect Saturday today. I know, Michael, you've got a new Xbox game, a PlayStation game, maybe you spent your day in front of it. So there's nothing bad about gaming, but sometimes when you spend your entire weekends on the sofa and you're going back to work on Monday, you have some kind of guilty conscience. And you're told to be active all the time. You should be healthy, you should be fit, you should do sports. But let's face it, pumping iron at the gym can be pretty boring and stupid, and not everybody is motivated to go to the gym on a regular basis. So this is the point where we started, and we came up with the idea of creating a new experience and a new training fitness equipment that keeps users motivated and to make them experience things, just as you said it, that you could not do in reality. And that's why we choose virtual reality and develop a product for that. And this is the one you can see here. It is called the Icaros. It's this third prototype here. I'll show you some pictures of the development. It consists of three things, actually, that we all developed internally in the last month and years. It is the rig itself, as you can see there. So it's a machine where you can plank yourself onto and move the pitch and roll axis, which is quite strenuous, especially for your core muscles and upper body. So we've got the second part, which is of course a virtual reality environment. In this case, it is this alpine scenario that you can see there, that you can fly through. And how do we manage that? We have a controller. This is the one we built internally. This is a little kind of thing, as big as this one here. You attach it to the handlebar in front of you, and it got sensors inside that measure and detect the angles and pitch and roll axis. So you always know what you're doing, having the goggles on, and everything that you do in virtual reality is transferred into virtual reality by a Bluetooth signal. Of course, you also get some buttons on there to accelerate, shoot your enemies down, brake, or whatever. Of course, the product didn't look like this at the beginning. This is the very first prototype, and it's a pretty bad model on it because it's me. So that was the first one. Just went out of CAD, we went to the workshop, asked our guys, can you build this up? And they were like, well, yeah, okay, I can build it. And they did, and 2 months later, we picked it up, and we were so excited about it. Even though it was looking like this, for us it was a completely new thing, but it was a proof of concept. It showed that it worked. And so we stick with it, and it built a second prototype. This is the one you can see here. And the funny thing is, I was just talking about this controller kind of thing. We didn't have that back then. So what we did is we used a smartphone. In this case, it was an Apple smartphone we had back then, and we used the smartphone's accelerometers, the gyroscopes, to detect in which position you are in pitch and roll axis. And those data sets we sent through Wi-Fi to a big computer, because we had an Oculus Rift back then, and this was the way you could steer your flight. There was no interaction at all. You couldn't shoot, you couldn't accelerate, nothing. But this unusual position you were in, and this exact measurement of what you were doing, was just an awesome experience. So again, we stick with it, and we built a third prototype. And this is the one we have now, and what you can see here is, it's no Photoshop, so it's a wireless system. It is the controller, Bluetooth, it is the Samsung Gear VR, Bluetooth, and it's all the sensors. Oh, you got the controller in your hand, okay, perfect. And it's all in there. So what makes it so special is that it's not a big installation or anything. It is just those three parts actually, and you can build it up anywhere. We transport it back in our VW bus. We can just build it up somewhere in a parking lot. We don't need any sockets, we don't need no internet, we don't need nothing. It is just running completely on its own, and we don't need anything to do for it. And this is just the setup that we have right now. And of course, I know you guys are not only interested in the hardware, because we are Meetup here. This is the content we have right now. So this is the world that you can fly through, some kind of alpine region, but it has its specialities, and you have to do certain tasks in there. You can just fly around freely if you'd like to, but there is, for example, this canyon section down there, or you have a cave that you can go through. This is the cave here, this is the canyon, this is a close above the water kind of ride. And what we can do with the game is we can influence how the people react on the device, of course. So what we can do is we can influence what they are training. There can be parts that are just really challenging for reflexes, balance, concentration, where you have to be very, very focused. And there are others that might force you to do some push-up kind of things or do steep declines, whatever. So we can focus on muscles, we can focus on senses, and this is all, of course, triggered by the game. And I hope I can talk with some of you guys later on. This is the one software we have now, and we could imagine so many things. For example, the submarine kind of thing, or the motorcycle kind of thing. We could do so many things with the software and with the hardware. And we've been to lots of shows in the last weeks and the last month. This was at the EXPO in Milan in October. This is Michael and me here in this bubble. There were 50 degrees and we were sweating our asses off. I thought it was cool because there were people from all over the world, old guys, young guys, women, men, kids, everything. And we got so many positive feedback there. And with the newest prototype, this is for the Wired Next Generation. And it was just 1 week afterwards. It was a Wired conference, and on the second day, they have this next generation kind of thing where kids and young adults can get in contact with cutting edge technologies, and Icaros was one of them. So we had 1 day of really having all those red-haired kids on the Icaros, and it was a blast really for them and for us. It was a great experience, and the kids love that kind of stuff. What are we doing now? This is the past, this is what we do now. This is our brand new prototype that we build now. This will also go into serial production because we have some gyms and also some private persons who really want to own an Icaros, which is a good thing for us. And of course we're also doing the last tweaks on the controller, on the hardware, and we had some enemy drones that you can shoot down. And what we're going to have in the future is, of course, a multiplayer mode. Because virtual reality, this is another kind of thing which I think is very important for virtual reality, is you can meet each other there. Meet you in virtual reality, shoot you down, or whatever, make friends. So this is what we're doing now. So we just want to have joyful experiences, want to make products people want to have, and we want to connect people in virtual reality. This is our vision, and this is what we do at Icaros. Dominic said it before, I don't know, maybe he left. We just founded the company in August, so that's all pretty fresh. And one announcement we can make today is that, not to show off, but because I think it's kind of a signal, there's the ISPO fair. It takes place in Munich every January, the biggest sports fair in the world, and they have this award. They award certain companies with every year, and the Icaros now won the ISPO brand new award for 2016 as the overall winner. So there are 272 appliances, I think, from all different categories. And this is, I don't tell you this because, not only because I'm proud and happy that we won this prize, but also I think it's a signal that even in those areas or in different sectors as the sports industry that can sometimes be quite conservative, there's an attention for virtual reality, and hopefully this helps all of us that we are in this room here today. And this means we're going to be at the ISPO in January, so if one of you is there, just visit us and you'll get a free flight and maybe a free drink or whatever we can offer you. And yeah, I look forward to all your feedback, your comments, the thoughts you have. We're really open to talk to all of you, and we're really looking forward to get in touch with all of you guys. So thank you very much. And the stage is Dominic's. Okay, that's nice. Thank you.